Hi there, my name is Piggy. I'm a student living in Budapest, and this is the place where I share everything about my knitting. But the lighting is very interesting today. Sorry, I'm filming from my dormitory room, and yeah, my roommate is absent at the moment, and I actually having a work event later in the day, like in 1 hour. I have to get ready, so this is gonna be a very quick update. First, what I'm wearing, this is the book club cardigan by Sari Nordlund, and I used Holst Supersoft for this one. The colorway Passivillo. Sorry, I'm trying to be like family friendly, but this is the name. Yeah, I used almost the entire cake. Cake? No, cone for this one, and I held it double. It's a 100% wool yarn, so it's very warm, and I think I knitted the third or the fourth size, but I upsized for the armholes, So I knitted the length for the larger size, like one size larger for the length, and I used the stitch count for a larger size around the armholes, like the sleeve stitches. And yeah, I basically skipped all of the decreases on the sleeve, so I think I have 1 or 2 sets of decreases along the armhole, and that's all. I went for a straight sleeve. I did some decreases before the ribbing, and that's all. I used some tubular bind off, and but yeah, I really enjoyed knitting this one. Actually, it was it took me a month, like 4 weeks. So like the average length of time, like for me to finish a full sized garment. And yeah, I really enjoyed the process. I love wearing it. I'm literally living in this thing, but I will have to take it off for this video because I'm boiling. The this dormitory is not the best place to be, especially when the day is warm, because yeah, it gets hot really easily. So yeah, let's go on the finished objects. One of them is this one. This is the District Cowl by Maxim Cyr. I don't know how to hold up this one. I may be showing to you. Like, this is how it looks on me. The yarn I used, it was a hand-dyed hank from a local indie dyer called Nalabo Fiber, and it's 100% baby llama. It was like a fingering weight yarn, like 400 meters in 100 grams, and it's so soft and drapey. I just love it, and I don't know if the camera shows it properly, but this is this very muted teal grayish green, and I'm in love. Literally, it's so soft, and I'm so sad that I said that I cannot wear it like in this season because it's really warm. But I love it. It's really soft, almost like an alpaca yarn. And sorry, I caught a bit of a cold lately. Yeah, it's so soft. I just love it. Unfortunately, I did not need the full length because I ran out of yarn and I didn't have I only had one hank. So I just knitted until I ran out of yarn. You basically knit a very long triangle and then fold it in half, sew it together, and yeah, so like you sew together along like this line. This is the bottom of the triangle, like it looks like this, and you fold it in half. I don't really know how to explain it. It has a very interesting construction, but it's really nice. And I actually used a mattress stitch. It has some I-cord along the edges, so you can just hide your stitches, even if it's a different colored yarn. You cannot really see it if you use mattress stitch. So I had a similar colored alpaca yarn, like Drops Alpaca, and I used that to sew the edges shut, but you really cannot see it. Like, you cannot see the stitches. So yeah, you can use some fun contrast color yarn to it too. And this one was the perfect one skein project, because like I knitted it in 3 days. It was very quick, and it's very nice. You just knit in garter with some stockinette ridges, and you do some increases. It's a very easy beginner friendly project. You can knit it in with one skein, or just one skein of DK weight yarn, or a fingering held double, or a fingering and the mohair. So it's a very nice yarn, and very nice pattern. I just love it, and I think I will knit it again. It will be really nice actually. And I have another finished object to show. I don't really have it on hand, so I'm gonna be quick. It's just a very small room, so all my stuff is near. So 1 minute. It should be there. Yes. Sorry. This one is the square neck camisole by Helene Beba. That's the front. I knitted, I think, the size XL in Wooldreamers Saona, which is a 50% cotton and 50% wool yarn. It has like 50 grams and 220 meters in one ball, and I used 2.5 balls of yarn for this one. But I did some heavy modifications in the pattern. So the pattern has some options for the straight body or a tapered body. I chose the tapered body. You can see that here, and it's really nice. The entire cami is like 3x3 ribbing, and it's very soft, very fluffy, and it's not that warm, but it has a nice springy texture because of the wool. And yeah, sorry, I knitted this like shorter, like the armbands, or the straps. I knitted the straps much shorter, and when I realized that it's gonna be too long when I finish the body, you knit this top to bottom, and I realized that the straps are too long for my body and my bra shows and everything. I decided, just like when you knit an afterthought heel in a zoc, I just picked up some stitches, frogged some of the straps, and did a 3 needle bind off. Basically, I wanted to do a Kitchener stitch first, but I decided it's not worth the hassle. You can barely see that 3 needle bind off, so it's very nice. And this is actually one of the first camisoles that actually fit me, and my bra doesn't show. So I usually have a lot of struggles with the armhole depth, and basically I have a lot of problems with row gauge. So it's a struggle to get a pattern to actually fit me, like length-wise, around the armholes. And this one actually fits, and the double knitted bands around the straps and the neckline, it helps a lot actually, because yeah, the pickup rate for the button band, it's not that much. I will not tell the actual rate, but you don't have to pick up a stitch for every row or every stitch when you go this way. And you pick up stitches along the bust area. So it keeps it very tight, and it pulls together the entire thing a lot, and it keeps the garment from stretching, and I just love it. And it fits me so well. It's completely bra friendly. I enjoy the knitting, the double knitted band around. Actually the pattern asked for to Kitchener together the like the end. Sorry for the light, so I'm showing this way. I actually just used a mattress stitch so you can see the seam here. I was lazy, but I don't mind it. You cannot really see it. That's the back. You see it's there. No one notices. I will not stress over some knitting. Sorry. So it's just knitting. It's supposed to be fun. So yeah, I will not stress over it. And yeah, for the bust area, I actually picked up casted on less stitches for the like this part of the cami, because I casted on the recommended stitch count for my size, and I realized it was way too wide. So I frogged it back and casted on a completely different stitch count. I casted on 69 stitches. It's less than the smallest size. So I think my gauge was off. I don't mind it. I needed to use up the yarn. I used it up. I love the finished object, so I have no complaints. And I'm glad that I have the knowledge that so I can actually modify a pattern that it can fit me. And I love it. I will wear this to that, and I need one in every single color because it's so comfortable, it's so nice, it's bra friendly, it doesn't stink because it's a natural fiber. So yes, I'm completely in love. And I think these were my finished objects. I have 2 or 3 WIPs to show you, and I will not show you acquisitions, maybe like 1 or 2. One of my main WIPs is the Barbroe Blouse by Pernille Larsen from the Knitting for Olive book. I am currently on the sleeves. I'm knitting it from Knitting for Olive Merino, like the suggested yarn, in the color Bordeaux. And I think I'm knitting the 4th size. I finished the body and the neck, and I'm just on the final stretch. I'm just knitting away on the sleeves, and I'm telling you, this pattern is so confusing. I'm going crazy, I think, because I don't know, maybe because it was translated from Danish, but that I usually don't have problems understanding knitting patterns, but this one, it had some major problems, and I looked at the notes at other projects on Ravelry, and a lot of people say that the sizing is very inaccurate, so I'm glad that I sized down. I'm almost always sized down my knits because I prefer a tighter fit. It looks better on me. So and my gauge is almost always off. I cannot go down enough needle sizes to get gauge. So if I will get gauge, I think I would have to knit with like a fingering weight yarn, 2.5 millimeter needles. That's so small. I don't want to knit on so small needles. It hurts my hands when it's too tight. So I just go down a size and prefer a needle size that it's more comfortable to me. Like I'm knitting this on 3 millimeter needles, which is still a smaller size that the pattern suggests, because the pattern suggests 3.5 millimeters, but I've got gauge on 3 millimeters, so now I'm knitting away on 3 millimeters, and yeah, somewhat enjoying it. It's much more comfortable to me. And let me show you the body. It's in my backpack because I'm a uni student and I work from home and I have school, but it's actually a summer break right now, so I don't really have school right now. But I still have to work and still have to visit my parents and my boyfriend's parents. From the last podcast, I actually broke off with my boyfriend and got another boyfriend. So if you've seen the first podcast from like 3 years ago, that's a different boyfriend. So yes, we broke up not really long after I published that episode. So yeah, back to the my whip. This is the body. I love it. The length is perfect. I did almost everything according to pattern, because for this chevrony pattern I don't really like to, I don't really want to modify it. I think it would be too much mental load on me, and I was doing my exams, like my tests. I don't really have exams, more like tests and projects at uni. So yeah, it was a lot of mental load, so I didn't really modify anything, and I like it. Thank God I sized down some. So yes, I love it. I love the texture. I love the yarn. That's my first time knitting for Olive with Merino. I used the pure silk before. I knitted the Cumulus blouse by Petite Knit, and it's wonderful. I love it, and I decided like this garment is such a nice piece. I really wanted some quality yarn for it, so I ordered some KFO Merino, and I'm not regretting it. This yarn is so nice, and the finished fabric is also so nice. I just want to hug this. Sorry. So yeah, I think that's everything I have to say about the sorry, the Barbroe blouse. I love the garment. I hate the pattern, and I'm getting sick of the actual process, because it's a lot of knitting on the sleeves, and I'm knitting 2 sleeves at the time, and the yarn is coming from it escaped from one single ball. Like I'm using both ends because I was lazy to start a new ball. So yeah, it gets tangled quite easily, and yeah, I usually knit in front of the TV while watching some show or watching podcasts. So it's not like usually I do some mindless knitting, but no, that was a lie. I am a mad woman. I'm doing color work while watching movies. So yeah, I am a mad woman. I'm doing lace while watching a show. So yeah, thank God I didn't really made a mistake. And even if I made a mistake, I don't care. No one's gonna notice. I will not notice. And yeah, I will love the finished object either way. So I think that's all about it. And the last whip I'm gonna show you, I have to have it somewhere. I have a lot of bags here, like one work bag, one travel bag. This is my work bag, and I took my yarn to work. Don't ask me why. I did not knit at work. I really cannot knit at work. I have an office job, a 9 to 5. I cannot afford anything. When I worked as a receptionist, I worked as a receptionist for 1 year at that same company. Oh my god, I dropped the stitches. When I worked as a receptionist, I did some knitting during work because actually no one cared, and most of my colleagues are working from home. So in the summer I see no one in the office. I was working between Christmas and New Year's Eve for 3 days. No one was in the office, just the cleaning lady, me, and the finance manager, who I think just as a mad lad as I am. So yes. Oh my god, I dropped the stitches, and that's a lot of stitches. Okay. Jeez. So yeah, about this one, you cannot really see it because it's just like half a ribbing, but this is the sheep's feather by, I don't know design, but it's from Rosa Pomar, like Retrosaria Pomar, and it's like this really nice color work sweater with sheeps on it. So, and it's a fingering weight sweater, you have to stick it. So yes, I am a mad woman, and I'm knitting this ribbing on 2.5mm needles. I'm gonna go up to 3mm needles when I'm switching to color work, because I'm comfortable knitting color work on 3mm needles, like when it comes to fingering weight yarn. When it's socks, I switch to 2.5, so that's not a lot. I said I'm a very loose knitter, and I usually struggle getting gauge. Yeah, about the yarn, this is a yarn that I used to hate. You can see this very beautiful 2-ply, sorry for the light. That's a bit better. This is some green yarn, 100% full 2-ply yarn, 400 meters per 100 grams, seems pretty standard. It's called Filanina Merino. It's a Romanian brand, and I did order some, like a sweater quantity, like a couple of years ago, and it was some very ugly, like greeny, no, it was not green, some beigey, yellowish, like camel colored yarn, but it was a very ugly color. I hated it, and I didn't know what to do with it. So after some years of trying to make something with it, I didn't want to distash it, I decided to dye it, and it became this very nice grass green. So my sweater will look like that. It has a lot of sheeps on grass, which is very accurate. The original design was made up like brown and white. I will use some this green one, which I dyed myself, and standard white yarn. I'm using Drops Nord. See, in this very nice cream color, like the color weighs 0.1. So it's like the standard off-white color. It's very nice, very soft. Drops Nord is one of my favorite yarns ever, because yeah, I just love it. It's so soft. It's like, it has alpaca, nylon, and wool. What's the composition? Like 45% alpaca, 30% polyamide, and 25% wool. So it's most of it's wool, and it's a non-superwash yarn, so you can actually stick it, and that's why I chose this. And I've had some of it in my stash, so that's why I'm using it. I just bought like 3 extra bars. It should be enough, actually. So yeah, that's about the yarn. About the pattern, I just barely started it, so I can't really say anything about it. And it's actually a knit along that I'm doing with my friends. We do like stitch and bitch, like we have a knitting club here in Budapest, Hungary. It was started actually by Kiskos Műhely. It's like a local yarn like store, web shop. And yeah, the owner actually started this knitting club, and now she's on maternity leave. And some of the club members decided to continue this tradition, and we're doing the knit along, and that's the sheep's feather, the knit along. The others are much more far along than me. Did I just twist the stitches? No. Yes. So they started it earlier. I had to dye the yarn first before I can actually cast on. So I thought it was my roommate. She's not here. So I dyed the yarn first, and yes. I don't know what's happening. Sorry. So yes, I dyed the yarn first, and this one is actually very different. I don't know if you can see that this one is much darker, not as bright, because I forgot to use citric acid. That was the first ball, and this one, not the second was very light, and this one is actually like some in between. I'm gonna do some helical knitting, but I don't really care. It's gonna have a nice little gradient. I'm using this one for the ribbing and the cuffs and neckline, and it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be very cute. And no one's gonna notice. I don't care. I think it's gonna be pretty either way. I made it, and I love my knitting. I'm trying to be I'm trying not to stress about it. So yeah, I just started it a bottom-up construction. You knitted the entire thing in the round, then you cut the fabric for the armholes and the neckline, and you pick up stitches and knit the sleeves and the neckline, and I think that's all. I didn't really read the pattern properly, so yes, I will think about going over the bridge when I'm at the bridge. Basically, that's a Hungarian saying. I don't know how in other countries people say it, but I live by this. Like, I'm gonna think when I'm there. So yes, I think that's all. I love the yarn now that it's now green. It much more like matches my complexion. Yeah, that yellow was making me very pale. Actually, everything makes me pale. I'm so white. I'm actually thinking I'm part vampire. I'm Transylvanian, so it would yeah, it would be quite accurate. So so yeah, that's all. Little bit of another life update. I will travel a lot during the summer. I'm very close to finishing my degree in business information technology, like business IT. Basically, it's like business management but with IT. Nothing special. I'm 1 semester away from getting my degree, and after that I don't know what I'm gonna do. Currently I'm working as an digital media manager. I'm a trainee actually, but that's how they say it here, like the fancy way. My job is not really fancy. So yes, I did work at the same company as a receptionist for 1 year, and I just got promoted like 6 months ago to this position. I actually love it. My boyfriend actually works at the same company. I actually helped him get a job. We are actually living in the same dormitory but on different floors, and yeah, we're doing the same degree. So yeah, we're spending a lot of time together. He's actually in his room getting ready because he's coming to this work event too. And I think I will say goodbye now, and I don't know when I'm gonna come back. My life is crazy. I'm very close to a mental breakdown, and yeah, just trying to keep my life together. I'm a bit relieved because like school season has ended for me. Like this week, my last exam was on Monday, so now it's Thursday. So I'm relieved by a lot, and I think I'm gonna say goodbye now and get ready because I still have to do some makeup and change into a nicer dress. So please write in the comments what are you working on now, how do you like the the patterns and the objects I showed you, and like what are your plans for the summer? Like, do you have any summer garments in mind, or are you just sticking with or your other hobbies because anything can be warm, or just doing some accessories? I'm really intrigued by that. I'm really interested in your projects. I actually really enjoyed reading your comments on my last video, so it makes my day. I didn't really get so many positive replies on anything, so yeah, it made me really happy, and thank you for that. And if you're still here and you came back watching this video like years later, thank you. You're very patient. I'm trying to be more consistent, I promise. So have a nice day and goodbye.